God, I'm glad to see you, man. I've been talking to heavyweights all day. I feel like a midget. There's all these big guys on this card. I don't like all these 6'4", 6'5" guys.
All right.
But you're telling me before the interview, you're not exactly a little guy. And we know that. We talked to you a couple months ago about what walking around weight is, and welterweight's not easy for you.
No, it's not easy for me, man. I walk around about 200 pounds. I get up to 205 sometimes, man. That's my natural weight. And I'm not a small guy. People look at me like, oh, you're a small welterweight. But no, I'm not. You just see me in shape and when I'm cutting weight. But if you see me on a regular day, you're like, wow, that should be a middleweight. Yeah, totally.
So you're smiling now. Is there a crankiness coming on here pretty soon if I ask a bad question?
Not really, man. I'm used to it. I got to deal with it, man. I still got some pounds to go, but that's what fighting is sometimes.
So what do you do the last 24 hours or so?
I pound a lot of water as much as possible, man. Try to flush my system out, and then I just sweat it out, man.
Yeah. And then the diet the last couple of days, I mean, is it chicken feed? What are you eating?
Rabbit food. Greens and stuff like that goes through my system easy. Just rabbit food. Yeah.
Over the years, though, have you kind of perfected it? Because I think everyone's a little different. For some guys who are cutting from 205 to 170, they're a mess when they get in the cage. You seem to have pretty good stamina. So, at one point, did you struggle cutting the weight, or has it been something you've kind of perfected over time, where you have 15 minutes in you?
My first couple of times was a struggle. Yeah. Actually, the first time I cut my weight, I didn't want to go to the whole round, so I ended it the first round. And then
easier said than done.
Yeah, it definitely. But now I'm used to it now that it's good because the way we train a lot of cardio, and we train, we pre-cut to see how I am, and then we train the cardio. So we do the worst case scenario all the time. Yeah. That's how we train.
All right, so let's ask the 8 millionth question about what was supposed to be here and your motivation. So you were going to get Anthony Johnson. We talked about it a couple months ago before one of the events. What's it like now? You're not fighting him. You were all fired up. I mean, it's just kind of, hey, it's UFC. You got to win and get jacked.
It sucks, man. I was looking really forward to Anthony Johnson. Like I said, it was real personal, and I was really looking forward to the fight. But he got hurt, man, and unfortunately, it happens. I didn't talk trash about him when he got hurt. It just means he was training hard, like I was training hard, and it was going to be a fight, man. It's just hopefully now, if I get through this guy right now, I'm not looking past him. But if I get through him, maybe me and him could be a main event, man, because that's some serious fight, man. It's some serious blood, man, to this day. So let's see what happens, man.
Yeah. You don't hesitate at all from getting out there and talking trash, or at least being honest when you talk about a fight? Because I noticed with some guys, like we just talked to Brendan Schaub, and he's more of a reserve guy, and we were talking about Matt Mitrione from the reality show, and it's like, sorry, if you want to be Mr. Polite guy, you can, but the UFC also needs heat going into some of these fights. I think the reason that 108 and 109 struggled on pay-per-view is that they had a lack of heat. It's part of the game.
No, see, with me, I'm honest. Yeah. I'm honest. I'm one of those guys who just, I'll get right in your face. I'm not like a bad guy, but I'm a straight up guy. Hey, how you doing? What's up, man? We're gonna fight. Yeah, cool. You gonna punch me in the face? I'm gonna punch you in the face. It's gonna be good. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. And I'll be real about it. Like Dan Roberts. I think he's a good fighter. He came out saying he's gonna finish me in the first round. I kind of smirked, like, all right, well, good luck. And when I first saw him, I went up to him, and was like, how you doing, man? Yeah. I shook his hand, looking right in his eye. That's the type of person I am. I just don't care, man. I don't like to fake the funk. I don't like to be, bring like heat unnecessarily. But if heat is wrong, I bring it back. I bring it 10 times back, definitely. That's what Anthony Johnson, when I got in his face, man, I didn't need no cameras. Yeah. I didn't care. I saw him in the back room. I was like, what's up, man? How you doing?
So we talked about that on both sides. He said it did happen. So are you suggesting that he backed down a little bit?
No, he didn't back down. He got in my face, and I got in his face. It was two pit bulls getting in each other's faces, squaring off. That's what it was. Nice. And Jason from the UFC, he separated us. Had he have it, we probably would have fought there. I said there was no. We didn't say nothing to him. I didn't say nothing. It was just like, yeah, how you doing? And we just squared up, and we got like me and you like this, just like that. We stood up. It was just like good. I say 10 seconds. Yeah. It was heating up. Jason was like, whoa, guys, not here. I was like, all right, that's cool, man. I was like, I'll see you soon. I think Johnson, he's a good fighter. But I'm a good fighter too. I don't like the trash talking. He started, but I plan to finish it. And when we fight, it's going to be a fight. I can't say who's going to win or lose, but guarantee it's going to be some bloodshed. It's going to be two pit bulls in a cage. And the one with the most heart is the one's going to win.
So it's all real. You say it's all real. In the case of Roberts, can you even get a read? I mean, we don't know the guy that well. Is he doing it for effect, or is that something he needs to do to fire himself up? Because I'm guessing with you don't do it to get yourself fired up.
No, maybe he's doing it, get himself fired up. I don't know him that well. You know what I'm saying? When I saw him, I shook his hand, said, hey, good luck, man, and see what happens, you know? I mean, I didn't get in his face or anything like that, you know? I don't know the guy to get mad at him. You know, that's not my style, you know? I don't stop beef. But maybe he's doing it to get himself fired up. If this is the way, that's his way, you know? But it's not my way. This is his business for me, man. This is what I do, man. Where I come from, man, you fight. You got to fight to eat sometimes, man. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm past that level where the aggression and getting mad at you. It's like, oh, man, we got to fight. All right, let's get over it. Let's get it done. You know, we call it. I call it missions. It just needs to get done. Sometimes you don't want to do it, but you got to do it.
So talk about the positives and negatives of the Hallman fight, because obviously, you know, he worked you over. He controlled that fight. It wasn't like he was destroying you on the ground, but he held you down, and that's a way to win the fight. And then the positive is, you know, there's the John Howard knockout power with the. I think as I wrote it, I was like, he just pulled off a Hail Mary punch, basically.
Yeah, Hallman, he's an Abu Dhabi grappler. I think he won some competition in Abu Dhabi, which is high level black belt Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay,
so you're on the ground. You're like, what in the hell is going on here? This sucks.
It was a bad experience, man. Anything I tried to do, he knew about it. Yeah. Like anything, any time to sweep, any time Vince tried to do it, he stopped it right in mid-range. I was like, great. Now what did I do? What did I do? Then he took my back. I was like, oh, great. Now what?
And he had your back for a while too.
He had me for basically the whole second round. Yep. I was just defending. You know, but that's just be expected. You know, someone that high level caliber, who has good grappling. I mean, he tapped out my Hughes twice under a minute, so that says a lot. Mm-hmm. I know he has some losses, but he had to win the losses, and he has a low experience. Man, that's what happens sometimes, you know. But like you said, the John Howard, or I like to call it doomsday knockout, man. You know, you gotta watch out. You know, I got those hands where if I hit you once, I could be in the fight. Yep.
So Robert's sounding a little overconfident or not? Obviously, he's going to have to get it to the ground. I don't think he's going to want to strike with you, right?
No, actually, one of his interviews, he said he wasn't impressed in my striking, and he was willing to stand up with me. Okay. I hope he does. I invite him to it, you know. I mean, if you want to stay in front of me and trying to get hit, take one of my hits, I mean, good luck. I mean, you see what I did before, man. I have a reputation of really hurting people, but if you want to do that, all right. But if he gets to the ground, then, yeah, I might have a little trouble there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he can hold me down. Maybe he can. But we're going to see what happens, man. I just think, you know, I have a little more experience, and I'm just more relaxed, and I have experience on my side. And he really doesn't. So he's going to get a little anxious, and this is his first time coming to the UFC. You know, the pressure's on me to win, but I'm just here to fight, man. I personally don't care. I think he's a good fighter, and let's see what happens, man.